body is doing surprisingly well. I am very happy about that. So
You
going
saw that
out, not
Misty,
hobbling.
Misty Copeland's retiring at the same time as you.
I saw that and I was like, me and Misty, more or less the same, same sort of career. Yeah, a lot of people are. Actually, Mom, Ben Youngstone just had his retirement show with OBT yesterday. But
Aww.
yeah, 'tis the season. So,
Mm-hmm.
any
Interesting.
special physical requests,
No
Cindy?
special requests. No, I haven't. I'm good.
Okay.
I know when Annie gets on, because we already talked, she wants to do things that she can do in the hotel room. But
That's great. That's
in your but we
Yeah.
talked about that. We talked about where she could find that stuff already,
Yes.
because we've done it a lot.
We can do hotel room class. Hi, Annie. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
Good. So, how's it feeling after the weekend? Any different or about the same?
It's feeling good. Yeah, it's better than about the same.
Okay, we'll take a little incremental step better.
I still cannot go downstairs like a normal person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I can see, I think I'm going to be able to walk around Paris.
Okay, that's what we need. And you don't even need to stair step that much around Paris. You can
Right.
take the elevators.
Yeah, don't go to Montmartre.
Yeah. We don't need
No.
that. No. Oh.
I got the massage stick.
Yay! Have you tried using that yet or no?
Yes, and I talked to my PT about it, and he told me not to go right on the bursa, but to do
above and below.
Yeah.
Yep. Good. Okay. Great. I think that's a great thing for you to pack.
Yeah.
Cindy, do you have a massage stick?
I've had one. I don't love them at all. I haven't said a word about this.
I think it depends on what the issue is, kind of. And I think why this is good is because the knee is like a weird kind of angly thing, and it helps more with the angles.
Right. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah, I've had one. I had one when I was a runner. Remember, Andy, when I was a runner?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay. Well, at the end, we might do some massage stick / Cindy. I'll have you do ball for different things. But yeah, let's make this because Annie, it's today and Wednesday for you, right?
What if you can create your own website by saying, "This is what I want" with links?
And then that's it for a good chunk. So let's do hotel room friendly sorts of things.
Are your parents like not opening their cameras today?
My mom is trying to figure out how to not have the camera zoom in on her because she's at the mountain house.
Oh,
I don't know about my dad.
He's in.
Yeah. All right.
Although she's a good model for us all to zoom in on.
I know. I appreciate it. Zoom. So we'll start feet just hip width. And the first part, Annie, you don't need to necessarily do it in your hotel room, but it's just us getting recalibrated. So start with your feet just hip width apart. Give them a nice little wiggle. Pick up all 5 toes wide. And if you want to add the fingers, you can lower pinky, 4th, 3rd, 2nd toe, big toe. Now we reverse and we start with the big toe and the thumb, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, pinky. And now we go through more quickly, fluttering piano notes, pinky, 4th, 3rd, 2nd toe, big. And reverse, big, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, pinky. And now we tap just the toes and we move the hands in, out, in, out, in, out. Good. Get those toes up off the ground. Good. And now shift your weight over your left leg. Right foot taps and taps, tap. Get that whole right foot up as you get the hands moving. Getting the forearms jazz. Yes, Cindy. Woohoo. A 4, a 3, a 2. Shift your weight onto the right foot. Left foot goes a tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it, tap, 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 tap. Get those hands nice and wide. Good. Yeah. 4 more counts of 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, shake it out. What we're doing is warming up the fronts of our ankles when we do that. Now soften the knees. This is where we feel the strength in the core, the softness in the legs, like a marionette doll just hanging. And then we roll to the outside edges of the feet as far as we can go, and then to the inside edges of the feet. And quicker, we roll out, soft knees in, and out, in, and now feel that prime meridian, that perfectly east to west hemisphere on either foot. Arms down, we just shift our weight forward onto the balls of our feet. Now we're in the northern hemisphere and back to our heels. We're in the southern hemisphere. We're traveling all around the world. Hey, Dad. And forward on the balls, back on the heels. Good, Annie. Forward on the balls, back on the heels. Find yourself perfectly centered. Now, feel like you have an imaginary string. Zoop, you're pulling up level 10 dome in the feet. Feel how that helps to cue the glutes and the hamstring, the core, the whole body is engaged without being rigid. So the knees are soft, but we have engaging muscles. Take your hands right where your hamstrings connected to your glutes and feel those glass doors coming together. However you want to imagine that moment that they're softly on. Take your hands to your lower abdominals. Inhale, feel the string pull the crown of the head up. Exhale, hollow out that core. And take the arms up to the rib cage. Breathe into the back. And exhale, interlace the fingertips together. Good. Feeling the zippering sensation in between the ribs. And then just release the arms down. We're hanging, but we're aligned and stacked. Head over shoulders, over hips, over knees, over toes. And last moment here, let's take our hand to the nape of or right into the crevice in our neck here. And then see if we can find the proud chest pulling forward as we slide the fingertips down to the breastbone, all the way down to the sternum. Hi, Susanna. We got a full house. Yay.
Yay!
So we're all aligned and tall. Hi, Mom. And then take your arms out to the side. We feel energy out the fingers. Now we shift up and over onto the right leg. Annie, you can totally just keep this foot on the ground and work on strengthening that hip, or you can take the foot off, up to you. And we're gonna circle that foot out. If you keep it on the ground, you can even keep thinking about and reverse in, lifting up through the core, almost doing abdominal bracing. Good, and center. Bend the knees, round the shoulders forward. All the way up as high as they can go. Back, all the way down. How low can they go? Take the arms out to the side. Shift your weight onto your left leg. Right foot out to the side. Lifting up tall on the left hip. Circle that foot out. 2, 3, 4. Good, arm dad. In. 6, 7, 8. And center. Put your hands on your hips and feel the in and up sensation, everybody, right here. A little bit hands lower, Susanna. So I guess more where hip meets pelvis. Yeah, feel that in and up. Keep it locked in on that right hip as you shift your weight over the right leg. Don't let it sit out. So we're staying tall, and now the arms are gonna go all the way up above the head and then press down again on that surface. We find the foot at the ankle, or you can keep the foot on the floor, up to you. If you want to take it to the knee, you can. Optional here. Feeling that hip lifting. We're going to do one just normal drop, no twist. If you want, drop, and then re-engage this hip to lift you back up high. And now we're going to do one with the drop and twist. If you want Orse-Riwa, drop and twist. Everybody back to neutral. Feel the right hip working to pull you in and up, and turn out. If you want a quarter rise, you can. And back to the center. Good. Get taller in the right hip. Release it down. Good, everybody. Shake it out. Good, good, good. Feel the tripod feet. As you shift your weight over your left foot, arms go out to the side. We take our right foot to the ankle, or it can be on the floor. Shoulders stay down, jaw is soft as we come up to the knee. We hold it here, and then optional drop, just sink down into the supporting hip. That's right, Susanna. And lift back up. That's it, Annie. Good. Right, Dad. And then if you want, drop and twist crossing. Good, Cindy. And return back to neutral. Now hike that hip up. rotate out if you want optional quarter rise, and back to the center. Lovely. Chest forward and release. Good. That's
Are you
good.
saying optional quarter rise?
You
Does
know,
that mean
I don't think you were there for this, Susanna. Thank you for asking me that. So, in ballet, so I kind of stole it from there. You have flat, then you have quarter, then you have half, then you have 3/4, then you have full point. So, optional quarter rise, it's basically like the amount you would put a credit card underneath your foot, just a little, and it's optional. But if the balancing gets too easy, the quarter rise makes it so you have less surface area that you're balancing on. So instead of being in the tripod foot with equal weight, you shift it more forward and you see if you can kind of lift your heel off the ground a little bit.
Great.
So that's just totally buffet style option. Take it or leave it.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So feet back to hip width apart and just soften the knees a little bit. We're not going to do the full series this morning, an abbreviated one. I want to do hotel friendly stretching. So take the arms out and up, inhale. As we exhale, dive down this morning. Fingertips come down that center line and find yourself in the forward fold. We bend the knees, soften, and we straighten the legs, pulling ourselves closer to our legs. We have the right knee soften, and we straighten, and the left knee softens, and we straighten, and both legs bend and straighten. Hold it here, inhale and exhale. And now let's take that right foot, prop that arch on the left foot, roll as far as you can to the outside edge of the right foot. We bend that right knee and straighten, and we bend the left knee and straighten, and both legs bend. Roll as far as you can to the outside edge of that right foot and straighten, pulling your nose closer towards your knees. Good. And left foot's now going to plop on top. And we soften the left knee, roll to the outside edge of that foot, bend and straighten. And same with the right knee, soften and straighten. And both legs bend and straighten. And go back to feet hip width apart. Inhale. As you exhale, bend both knees. Pull the torso closer towards the thighs. Try and keep the torso as close to the thighs as you can as you straighten the legs, or when you straighten the legs. Good. And now open the legs wide. Turn out the feet. We're not downward facing dog today, just straight to that open position. And allow your hips to drift side to side for a moment.
Sorry, Kate, I have to do this for a minute.
Oh, absolutely. That's fine. I'm trying to give Annie hotel room time. But yes, please, down dog. Susanna, continue on your journey. Everybody take your right hand over to your right foot, nose towards your right knee. Trust me, I love a good down dog too. Bend that left knee, soften it, knee stays over toes, and straighten both legs, nose towards that right knee. And then twist, take that right arm up to the ceiling, spinal twist, opening up, good deep inhale, and exhale, it comes back down. And migrate to the left foot, nose towards the left knee, bend that right knee, and straighten. Nose comes closer to the left knee, and now twist, take that left arm up to the ceiling, open, and back to the middle. And from here, take a little massage moment above or below your knee, or you can clasp your hands behind your back. Take a moment for yourself here, but yeah, Annie, for you, I want you to try and do a little self-massage moment here. Breathing in and exhaling out. Now, everybody, we're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, but before we do, we're going to find the micro bend in our legs. We're going to find our glutes turning on, and we're going to initiate with the glutes tightening to help us round up. So we're always thinking about the top of that posterior chain helping to stabilize the rest of the legs and roll on up. So almost like hold on, why do I not have a piece of paper available? Okay, this is going to be a poor image, but if you have something folded, right, if our body's folded, you want the initiating part to be right at the fulcrum point to come up. So that is going to be your glute. You want that to be what helps, yes. And right, Annie, it's almost easier to feel if we just go flat and up. You can feel it initiating here. It's harder when you're rounding, but you still want the glutes to be what closes together to straighten you up. Yeah, and that's just a good way to support the knees, no matter what's going on with them. Keep those glutes working. All right, let's switch out for your quad strengthening. Grab your chair. This doesn't have to be a chair in the hotel. It can be the dresser, the wall, whatever. We're gonna
Bed.
do bed. Let's start just doing a little hip raise. So usually we would use our block. We're not right now, just to keep it really simple. We're gonna find our hips and then we'll sit and do our quad stretching. So let's all start with the chair on our right hand here. And now, good. All I'm gonna have you do is kickstand this left leg out. So I'm on Barbie foot over here, just as a kickstand, but 95% of my weight is on my supporting hip. And we're gonna do the showgirl. That's all we're gonna do. So put your left hand on the hip, and we sink down, we let it jut out, and then we lift up. If you wanna make it harder, you're welcome to take the hand off or the foot flexed and do it off the floor. Otherwise, stay right here, sink down, and lift up. Again, this right hip sinks down. Annie, are you frozen? She might be frozen. And lift
Oh,
up.
she is.
Oh no. And sink down and lift up. Again, this foot can be off the floor if you need. And sink down and lift up. Annie, are you there? Yay. And sink down. Good, Annie. And lift up. Check in that you have a micro bend in that right knee. 2 more. Sink down and lift up. Beautiful. Last one. Sink down and lift up.
Oh, that's a good one, Kate.
And release. Good. Okay, I'm glad you're back. You froze for a second, but did you
Yeah.
feel that hip working?
Yeah, I kept going.
Good.
Yes.
Yay, I hoped you kept going. Did you feel it, Susanna?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We're doing hard down versions. You could do this standing in line for the bus, whatever you need to do. You don't need to bring anything with you. So right foot is kickstanding, and then you can hold on to the chair or not, up to you. Sink down as far as you can go into that hip, and then lift up with the strength in your hip. Optional, right foot can be off the floor. Sink down.
Should we be jutting to the hip to the side or
Yep,
go back?
exactly. Good. Side, and if you come back up, if you feel it go slightly back, that's not bad, but just think side. And sink down. Basically, you're completely disengaging it, so it can go a little back if that happens. And lift up and sink down and lift up. Feel the tripod foot and sink down and lift up. Micro bend in your left leg and sink down and lift up. 2 more. Sink down and lift up. Last one. Hardly any weight on this foot. Sink down and lift up. That's it, Annie. That's it. And release. Did you feel when you shifted even more weight on this leg?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
That just makes it a little harder,
Yeah.
which is what we want to try and do. Good. So now, in your day to day, if you go unconscious and you're sitting in a hip, I want your body to start to unconsciously lift up out of the hip. So we're always trying to find that lift in the hips as much as we can. All right, let's sit in our chair now and we'll do our quad strengthening. Oh, that was a beautiful open moment, Susanna. I love that. That's what we call a high release in Graham technique.
Really?
Oh!
Good.
Yes, I love a good high release. Okay. So, feet back to hip width apart. Now, this can be done hotel bed, however, toilet. I've done them on a toilet before. You never know what you're going to have at your disposal. So, knees right over toes. Now, as we're sitting here, feel that same torso alignment we worked on at the start of class. Beautiful posture. Optional arms, we're just going to take them out to the side or touchdown goalpost. And we're going to pull our arms back, our hands back, so we activate our shoulder blades. Try and keep your shoulders in line with your elbows in line with your shoulders. Don't let them pull down. So Susanna, you can actually lift your elbows just a little. Yep, right there. Now bend your right knee, heel comes in towards the chair, bend, and extend arms and legs. So arms straight up, and we bend, just getting our postural muscles, and up, Dad. This is good for you. Straighten those arms, Dad, and bend the arms and the legs. Exhale, straight arms and legs, and inhale, bend, exhale, out. 4 more, and bend, and stretch. Good. Bend, and stretch. All the way, shoulders stay down, good, bend, wide arms, hands back, and stretch, good, and bend, and stretch, turn out that leg and pulse, 2, 3, 4, straight elbows and shoulders down, good, 2, 2, keep it turned out, nice core strong, now turn it in a parallel 2, we're getting our quad set up for the day. Straight arms, mom, fingertips reaching up for the ceiling. Yes, hold it here. Yay. And release.
Oh, so good, Kate.
It's good quad strengthening, that's for sure. And Susanna, that's good. Your hips are feeling like they need that. That means they were just getting some work in. Good. We'll do the other side. Love a good hip twist though. Take the arms up and find that touchdown goalpost. We're pulling back. Good. Left heel bends in towards the chair, and then we extend the arms and the leg all the way straight, elbows, and bend the arms and the knee, and extend arms and leg, and bend the arms, and now see if you can straighten those elbows up. Good. As you exhale, that's it. Inhale, bend, exhale it. 4 more. Bend, tall body, extend. How high can you go? And bend. Good. Shoulders stay down. Exhale. High arms and bend. Fingertips stretched out if you can. Extend. Fingers to and bend. And extend, turn out that thigh. We pulse it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 2. You got it. Cindy's giving me fun. Little finger reaches parallel. Woo! 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Almost there. Keep reaching. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Ole. Good. All right. We've found our quads. Now we stretch our quads.
That was good whole body. That was
Yeah, good for the shoulders too. So one thing before we stretch our quads, and I'm trying to cue all this probably too much at once. So just a reminder, when we do this arm pathway, the more you can think about the elbows opening back behind you, the more you're going to get those postural muscles in your back as opposed to having them here. So,
Yeah.
right, Susanna. And that's kind of, it's like the hands up moment. But you want to keep in that plane behind you as much as you can manage just to work those muscles a little bit more. All right, good, Mom. So shift your weight onto your left sits bone. We'll do our quad stretch, which you could also do standing in a hotel room if you have more space. I was trying to figure out with Alex, I'm like, where am I going to stretch when I'm in a hostel? I don't want to stretch around people in a dorm room. That's kind of weird. People are going to think I don't know. And then I was like, all the showers are like the tall kinds of showers. I'm going to have to put my leg up in the shower.
I foresee you having a little class in the shelter.
That's a good point. That's
Just a rise and shine class.
Then
I
over
know.
to the side. You know, on the cruise ship, the ab instructor didn't show up for class. And I was like, well, I'll just do my own workout. But then people around were like, can we join in? So that I forgot about that. And then switch sides. How was the demonstration, Susanna?
Oh, it went really well. Yeah.
Yay. Good.
Yeah. I mean, Georgia, I think she's sad because this is several of her friends are not continuing at NYB, and it's like her group is broken up now.
I remember that. There's some threshold times, where people are like high school and everything. It's a lot. And
Yeah.
Release, shake it out. Now, one little funny thing. Everybody sit down. I'm sorry, Susanna. That's hard for her, but anyway.
Yeah.
So Annie, you can grab your stick if you want. Actually, maybe do that. And Cindy, why don't you grab your ball? We're also going to do manual options for people. But just one thing you can do, it's all about finding which version of things works best for you. With your legs straight, what we're all going to do is massage. You can do shoulder, Dad, Cindy, if you want to go into the shoulder, you can. Or we just worked our quads, you can take your hands and you can squeeze right above into the quad. Or Annie, this is where if you want to try and do some of the stick, get right into that area. Susanna, another thing you can try if you ever have tight hip flexors or anything, taking the elbow and drawing little pressure point circles in the hip flexor. So what I'm doing is kind of digging in. We're just doing some self-massage modalities here. Dad, I would focus on your shoulder right now. Yeah. And so what I'm trying to do is have my legs be straight, or as limp as possible. I have no weight in the legs right now. And then, yep, Annie, you're just listening to right around that bursa area. And one thing I like to try and do with this stick is almost like not even do a bunch of movement with it, but just kind of do a little cycle, figure 8 kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that can feel good too. That's the cross section massage. Sometimes PTs will do that with their hand, but I find that's a little easier with this stick. Good. And even when you sit down at a restaurant, whatever it is, maybe you won't have the stick with you, but just being able to try and replicate that motion is a good maintenance thing to do. Good. And let's switch sides if you want to switch sides. Or
I actually think lightly this will be really good for lymphatic massage.
Yeah, I think that would be too. So if you go light, that's like the effleurage technique that PTs do. It promotes blood flow and just kind of wakes up awareness in that region for your body to pay it some good attention. If you get more diggy with it, that's better for other things, but maybe not for the
Lymphatic, right?
Right, yeah, exactly how you're feeling. Yeah, and Mom, yeah, good choice there with the back and the stick. Susanna, do you feel the hip flexor release?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I think you've talked about the tight hip flexors. I have them too, and I do this a lot. I just lean in with my elbow Sometimes do baby circles, but yeah. And then, yep, Cindy and Dad, you guys got it. Just keep trying to relax the jaw, relax the muscles as you massage, which is always the hardest part with self-massage. That's why it's nice to get other people to do it. But all right, that's enough of that. Let's find our feet hip width apart, and we're gonna do our chair lunge series. As we stand up, it's the glutes that initiate. So everybody find the glutes squeezing, and then whoop, they help you stand up without as much pressure on your knees. Good. Let's start with our right leg on the chair. So again, this can be done on a bed, on any sort of surface here. Good.
Okay. I froze.
I was like, wait, Cindy's not standing yet. What's happening? So starting with legs parallel, find the hips square, meaning you want to think about bringing the left hip forward and the right hip back. Have that slight micro bend in your supporting leg. This looks good, everybody. And try and lengthen that knee, daddy-o, as much as you can. Take the right arm up to the ceiling. Inhale. Hinge forward. As you hinge forward, you might feel that right hip slide back to stay square a little bit. And then land your arms wherever they're the most comfortable for you in this stretch. And we're holding on to the toes to get a little calf stretch as well. And then we're going to soften the knees, or the bottom knee specifically, bend that leg and straighten. I don't know, we have some frozen people this morning. Cindy is frozen. And bend that supporting leg and straighten. Check in with your neck, your jaw, your forehead. Make sure we're not holding any unnecessary tension here. Good. Breathe it in and exhale out. Good. And from here, optional rotation of the leg on the chair. You can turn it out if you want to get a different angle, or you can stay where you are. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bend that supporting knee. Keep the foot flexed if you want an extra calf stretch, pulling the toes back with the right hand, and bend that bottom leg, or straighten it. And now one more time, soften that knee, bend it, get closer, and straighten both legs. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly find your way back up. Take hold of the chair with the left hand. Twist open out as far as you can with the right fingers. Good. And face the chair. And now you might need to make a little adjustment, bringing that bottom leg back. We're just going to go into our lunge. We're going to reach forward. If you want a deeper lunge, you can kind of shimmy that back leg back. And we're going to press our hips forward. Dad, try and reach on either side of the foot for this one if you can, like you're putting on your shoes. And this can be a good calf stretch as well. Yes, absolutely. You can do this on the floor, Susanna. Good decision there. And then take that top knee, turn it out. We go into a lizard. So we're rolling onto the outside edge of that right foot. We open that knee. You can even go down onto the forearms if that feels good for you. Otherwise, stay where you are and give yourself a couple deep breaths in and exhale out. And one more inhale and exhale out. Come back up, parallel knee, and now just take your right hand to your sacrum, and we're gonna press our chest up to the ceiling as we push our hip bones forward. Eyes up, chest up. Good. And slowly come out of it, or Susanna, take your time. Easily come out of it. Give your legs a nice little shake, 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 and just stand here for a moment. Feel how one side feels in comparison to the other, and just bring awareness to those legs and flip sides. Same thing on this side. Left leg goes onto the seat, and take the left arm up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, flex the foot, reach over for the toes. Parallel legs, bend the knees, or bottom knee only. Inhale And exhale, heavy bowling ball head as you straighten that bottom knee. Good, heads. And again, bend that bottom knee. Inhale. And exhale, straighten it, pulling yourself closer. Good. Optional rotation out of that left leg. So you keep everything where it is. You just turn it out. You can even hold on to the ball of the foot. Pull it towards your head as you bend your bottom knee. Inhale. And exhale, straighten. And one more time. Bend that supporting knee. And pull yourself closer as you straighten. Breathe in. Exhale out. And now take hold of the back of the chair as you come up, and then spiral that left arm up and back. Twist. Straight legged out as much as you can. Yeah, eyes over that left hand and face the chair. And we're going to go into our lunge forward. If you want to walk the back foot back, you can, or not. And find your hands on either side of the foot here. So we're getting a calf stretch possibly on our back leg. We might be getting a hip stretch on our right hip. And you might even get a hamstring stretch underneath. I'm getting my left and right. Your leg on your chair, you might get a hamstring stretch underneath that left leg. And then a hip flexor stretch on your right leg. Optional rotation out to our lizard. Rolling to the outside edge of that foot. Again, you can work down to the forearms if that feels good to you, or stay right where you are. You can do little shifts forward and back if that feels good too. Breathing in and out. And slowly bring it back to parallel. And now come up, stay in your lunge, put your left hand on your sacrum, your right hand on the chair. Press forward in the hips as you take your eyes up to the ceiling. Deep breath in and exhale out. Good, everybody. And slowly make your way out of it. Again, just feeling how you've hopefully awakened the muscles a little bit in your legs. Good. And just again, a little squeeze above and below. See if you can always just kind of get that tangible connection going. It helps the mind-body connection if you get a little tangible connection. Good. We're going to head down to the ground. So you can move the chair out of the way. And I know the ground can be tricky in hotel situations, but we're going to do some rolling. Actually, Annie, I guess I can talk people through foam rolling, and I can do some more stick things with you if you would prefer not to go in the hotel ground. So are you packing a foam roller? Probably not.
Actually, Cindy just talked me into it this morning, like a hollow one to pack my underwear in.
Okay. Well, then we'll do some foam rolling first. So head down to the ground, and let's start, Annie, then with the inside of that thigh. Everyone else, let's also do that for a moment, getting our sartorius, which connects from the inside of the knee all the way to the hip. So just rolling on the right one to get started. So the foam roller is vertical for this guy. Your leg is perpendicular to the foam roller. And we're just playing with a bent knee, but you can roll it side to side on the bent knee, or you can even straighten the leg. I find it pretty intense if I lengthen that leg, and then even turn that leg in and out. So rotating it in and out. Good, that's it. Dad, this might be a trickier one for you. Let's see. Okay, that's good. Yeah, good. And just breathe. As you lengthen it, see what happens if you turn in that knee a little bit. That thigh is going to turn parallel or in. Good. A nice full.
Oh, that is intense in a good way.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. And inhale. exhale. And we'll do one more deep breath here, in and out. And now everyone switch to the other side, but Annie, grab your stick, and we're gonna do the same spot with this stick, just so you can get that idea. I try and just relax this leg, so whatever position, I usually do kind of like one leg straight, one leg bent, and I just try and go right in that same area as much as possible. Again, you could do this on your bed if you didn't want to go on the hotel floor. Just gives you a little more flexibility as far as where you're getting that muscle. And then again here, you can kind of do a little, twist with it, just finding where it feels good. Good. Breathing in and out. Everyone stay where you are. Annie, I'm just going to have you do the same. If we were to do our IT band rule, we would get the outside edge. So now you can, just turn in that leg a little bit. However is the most comfortable, you can, I don't find this one as good as that foam roller for the IT, but it's better than nothing when you're traveling. Good.
Of course, I like it much better than the bone.
Oh yeah, because it's less painful. It's also good. And come back up. All right, everybody face me. And we're gonna do two things. So you can either just find your windshield wiper stance, and we're gonna do little self hand squeezes going down the shin, all the way down the shin bones to the ankle. So what I'm doing is I have made kind of pincer hands, and I'm working right along the shin bone all the way down. Or Annie, again, you can use the stick here to get right beneath. But if you don't have a stick, what I am trying to do is separate my muscle from my bone as I'm coming down. So do you feel, Susanna, can you feel that when you go down the shin in the front?
I was working on my
Okay, as long as you can. And Dad, try and do this too, right beneath the knee. So lower, Dad, try and go beneath the knee. Yeah. So that can be just hands, or it can be the stick, whatever feels the best for your body. We're just trying to give yourself self-help tools for travel. All right. And then we'll just find the soles of our feet together. And sitting up nice and tall. Feel the sits bones grounding down into the floor as the crown of your head pulls you up. And round forward, bowing over your legs, thanking your body for all it does all the time. Breathe in and exhale out. And come back up. Well, Annie, I will post this if you need any reminders for hotel class.
Such a good class. Thank you so much. And thank you everybody for doing hotel class with me.
Hotel class is good. And then will you be here Wednesday, Annie? Or you can... Okay. Cool. Well, hopefully we'll have one last class where we're all together next on Wednesday. So all right, you guys have a wonderful rest of your Monday.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye everybody.